right. I'm still, you know, up in the air about what exactly I want to make for this sample project. And I might change my mind at the last minute. But one thing I just want to do today, mostly as an excuse to learn a little bit about gganimate, is I want to replicate this nice meditative breathing circle from 1minutefocus.com. So, gganimate, this is our library, which I believe I'll have to install, which extends ggplot and lets you animate data. Right? So, a really nice example here on the web page is the Gapminder world data set. And here you can see over time how this data is shifting, which is just awesome, right? You can just kind of really capture the story of that data with this GIF. So, library ggplot2. You know what? I'm just going to call it tidyverse. Load them all in. Put that up at the top. Move list equals ls. All right, now I'm saving this in minutefocus.r. And this, may or may not make it into my project at all, but I figured, you know what, I want to play a little bit with gganimate and maybe prompt you guys to play with gganimate. So I figured let's see how quickly can I spin this up. So, like I said, I'm looking for this breathing circle, and my understanding, based on about 30 seconds looking at this web page before starting up OBS, is that I want to have a data frame with a time column and then a size column. All right, that's really what I care about. So maybe what do I do here? I'll just say df will be a tibble. You probably picked up by now there's table df, there's data.frame, there's data.table, which is a different library, and there's tibble, and these are all similar things, what we call syntactic sugar. Just little extra things that kind of make things simpler sometimes. So tibble, basically the same as data.frame. Why am I using tibble? I don't know. Just came to the top of my head right now. And maybe I changed my mind about it. But I've got time is going to be something, and then I'm going to have size equals something. So for time, what do I want to do? I'm going to have it go for, let's have it go for 60 seconds. So our time, let's have this be 60 down to 0. And for our size, this, how do I want to do this? I think, well, there's some possibilities here. So ggplot has these ways to sort of, here, ease AES sign in and out. I think that this is almost exactly what I want, at least as a first version. So if I've got this and ease something, so I'm going to come back to this, whatever. So plus ease AES sign in out. All right, so I'm going to make a plot which will take df and we will say, I want this to be kind of in the middle of the screen, so I need to establish boundaries and then put it in the center, unless I can use a different coordinate system. Let's ask ggplot2tutor.com. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to leave that open. ggplot polar coordinates. So rather than x, y, polar coordinates, you got the North Pole and you got around it. These for pie charts. Okay, yeah, so I think Let's look for examples. Okay, pi would do a ggplot. All right, cool. So, x fill. Okay, I see. I see what's going on here. So, if I say x is whatever, fill, not color, whatever. We'll say that, and then, okay. So they're turning a bar plot into a pie chart. Let's look here. Polar coordinates, bar charts, and wind roses from bar geomes, and radar charts from line geomes. Okay. Theta determines which position variables map to an angle by default x and which to radius. Okay, I've got a couple balls in the air here. So we'll say x equals 1. I'm just going to make it a constant. Fill, I think in this case I want fill to be outside of the aesthetic function because it's not connected to data. So let's just say black. And then for size, what do I want here? Basically what I want to oscillate. So I want my size to go between, say, big and medium, right? Big, medium, big, medium. 1 minute focus, I think, does it on a 5-second cycle. So if I've got this, and I'm going to change that to 1 to simplify things. So I've got something divisible by 10. Then what do? I'm going to say we start big, we go small. So let's say we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I need to get rid of 2. We'll repeat that 6 times. All right, so now we're actually doing something. Okay, so there's our DF. And then, right, we do want to have size equals size. The size of the aesthetic is equal to the size from DF. And then to make this polar, plot plus pi, coord polar, and then plus the gganimate. Theta equals x. All right, let's see if this does a thing. Let's look in the viewer. Oh, did it just give me 100 PNGs? Okay, let's ask how to put that into a GIF. Okay, so gganimate, anim save. I think that's what I want. Okay, so then anim save, test.gif, and let's see if it does that. Animation object doesn't specify a save animation method. Return by animate. Okay. Failed to copy. Okay, so this is showing ways to make this, but how do we save it? gganimate save to GIF. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. So I need to run animate. Okay, so if I got this thing called anim, and I try it like this, maybe that'll work. Failed to cut. Okay, still the same thing. Oops. Call it anim2. And then use image magic. There is no package called magic. Let's install that. Success. Didn't work. Oh, non-zero exit status. Removing. What's it missing? No package magic plus plus. Right. Okay, web magic. Lib magic plus plus. Okay, so I think I just need to install magic plus plus on my computer. All right, is it lib magic plus plus? I think that's probably what I want. What about, is there an R package here? Rcran magic. I'm going to do that. Sudo apt install rcran magic. Okay. Let's try it again. Install packages magic. Let's go ahead and restart. Just keep restarting. See if it does a thing. Non-zero. Magic plus plus dot h. Okay, so maybe I do need. Oh, what's going on here? 0, 1 newly installed. Blah 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 blah. Prepared to unpack. Is this working? All right, I guess that this is still. Oh no, no, there it is. Setting up. Let's install these suggested ones. And then it should have taken care of installing libmagic. But let me just skim through and see if graphics magic, image magic. Magic++. Okay, let's just try this. Sudo apt install libmagic++. Okay, whatever. Okay, maybe that's what I want. Oh, I need to turn that into... Okay, I don't want to learn the magic library. Let's see if there's an easier option. Is it really this simple? Oh wait, no, that's the question. Each frame is its own file. Animation can be shown, yada yada yada. Renderers, prefix, override. Each frame to its own file. So we got these frames. Exit, speed up, yada yada yada. Animate with a renderer. Ah, Jifsky render. I vaguely remember this. Okay, let's try like this. Inserting. Okay, this is right. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Stebu says animate, GG animate, blah, 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 blah. Animation can then be shown. So we will scale xlog, transition states. Okay, so we saved this in a plot, and I believe that I basically got that by the time. Oh, let's do this. Run it all again. So we've got this thing anim, which will render and then will make this list. All right, so okay, we're closer. How do I preview it though? Well, let's try animate anim. It's not really doing anything, is it? And then renderer. Animate? All right, I guess it's just animate, not GG animate. Okay. So we've got anim as this list. Let's render this. Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere closer. I want to install Gifsky. It's rendering. Gifsky non-zero status. Missing packages. I've got to install cargo. All right. $700 megs. This is going to take a little bit. Okay, so teachable moment here. Anytime you're dealing with graphics, there's going to be some fiddly stuff going on in the background. Um, in my case, I just barrel through it and try installing stuff because it's easy. Cool, so I've got that. Let's try this again. Install that. Compiling, good. All right, this looks good. So we are installing some graphical tools, and basically, so long story short, what I'm doing is making a whole bunch of little plots in ggplot, and then I'm getting the computer to string them together into a single file, into a GIF. At least that's the plan, right? If this works, then that's what I'm going to get. But that stringing things together, that's not really an R skill. That's a different thing, right? It's computer stuff. It's useful skill, but it's not pure R. Which is why I just kind of do a hacky approach. Yeah, so, okay. So I think line 11 is what I really need to fix. Let's see, theta equals x. I think that's fine. X equals whatever. See if that works. No? All right. I got a different plan. I'm going to say, did that do anything? I'm going to say x equals 50, y equals 50, size equals size. ggplot set plot area size. I think it's like xlim. Yada, file name, height, DPI, theme, x equals that. Okay, I think I've got an idea. So if I say initial plot will be ggplot, and instead of df, I'm going to say data.frame x equals 0 and 100, y equals 0, let's call it 100 and 0. And then if we say plot is going to be the initial plot plus geom point, I think, let's try. Can't add a plot to a plot, that's fine. Mapping, data, okay, so we've got our aesthetic mapping. Data equals df. All right, cool. This is a little goofy, but we're getting closer. And I can get rid of the background, but I'm not going to fix that just yet. Okay, let's see if we get something. Let's also see if I can save it. Man, that's a lot of random PNGs just kind of sitting there. Oh, what is going on? Size equals size. Date equals df. Oh wait, do I need to put in? Yeah, I don't think I've done any ggplot stuff yet. Oh, and you know what else I need is I need the transition states. Transition states, and that I think is just gonna be time. Let's see if we get something closer. All right, hopefully that's still sorting itself out, but in the meantime, oh, it's doing a thing. It's kind of doing a thing. All right, whatever. Transition states, blah, 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 initial plot. Get rid of this stuff, tidy up my code. So hypothetically, it should be really easy. If I knew what I was doing, this would be really easy. But of course, you got to learn it first. So hypothetically, what I've got for df is this basically set of numbers. You know, on the one hand, we've got sort of a countdown. On the other column, we've got something that should give us, there it is, I got it. It looks more like a heartbeat, but I basically got it. Awesome. So let me leave myself a to-do. So let's say fix timing, make animation slower. I might also just do animate single breath, not multiple. So right now, df get small, then big, then small, then big, then small, then big. I only really need the first bit. So yeah, for example, if I just said, let's do 1 to 12. And if I had this, say, start at, I'm going to call it 100. So we start old big. Then we go to 75. Then we'll go to 50. We'll stay small. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 12, 11. Let's try like that. I've already done that. Get rid of background. Label with time. That would get, I would have to change what I just did. So right now I've got it just bigger, smaller, but it's one cycle and then it's just repeating because it's a GIF. But in order to have it say count down from 10, I would need to sort of undo what I did, or to count down from a minute. I'll figure that out in the future, if and when I come back to that. So yeah, getting rid of the background for sure. Fixing the timing. Can I save this? Okay, whatever. We'll see how much work I lost. Okay, that's fine. All right. Cool. So I've got something. I do not want to save all these PNGs. So I'm going to open up my git ignore and tell it to ignore anything.png. Cool. So let's go ahead and add these. Start to replicate minutefocus.com. And what were the differences? Let's add this. Ignore PNG files. I could do this all in one commit, but I'm just being a little bit more careful to show what I've got. So let's just say add to do. That's all I had there. Commit, close, push. And I backed up my work. It's all on the internet. It is accessible. Hypothetically, I could tell you guys, hey, check out my GitHub for this repository. It's a awesome project. You're going to love it. Right now, it's kind of nothing, right? It's a few different files doing different things. But maybe by the time you actually read my email and open the tab, maybe I've gone in and fixed stuff in the meantime. This is me giving you a hint about avoiding late penalties, which we're going to have to implement for the final project. But the way to avoid the late penalties is to have literally anything and submit the link to that, and then to continue working between submission and when I actually see it. In any case, I did manage to play around enough with gganimate to make the GIF that I wanted to make. Not perfectly, but I've got a starting point, and that's, what we do. We start with something, make a crappy first draft, and then improve. So if you have any questions, let me know in the usual places, and I will talk to you in the future.